Today, we will be looking at 8 Roblox YouTubers who have gone missing, and explore their story, why they went missing, what they're up to now, and when they might possibly return. Firstly, let's start with Tofuu. And I know what you're thinking. Shiloh, didn't Tofuu already return? And well, he did, but he went missing again. This whole story is so complicated and so many layers to it, I'm just gonna break it all down for you. Firstly though, let's start with who Tofuu is if you don't know. He's a massive Roblox YouTuber with over 4 million subscribers, and he also has other channels that are pretty successful. And on August 1st, 2021, he posted his last video. The video was normal and people didn't really think much of it when it was posted, but then ever since this video, he stopped posting on all his channels and his social media went kinda blank. And people were pretty concerned with Tofuu and wondering what's going on, but during this era, like, his Twitter was the answer. On his Twitter, Tofuu kinda rebranded and was not really associated with the Tofuu name anymore. And instead of being a Roblox YouTuber, Tofuu started making music instead. And every week or couple of days, he would post another song on SoundCloud and just post that to Twitter. And everyone was kinda confused because it's such a different approach. And a lot of people were confused why he even took this approach. But besides the music being questionable, that doesn't even matter because a lot of people thought that this is Tofuu just doing what he loves to do. And maybe he was just sick of making Roblox videos. So fans were actually kind of worried for him, but also happy for him that he's finally doing something he's passionate about. But then after a little bit, he also posted a tweet saying that he doesn't believe in YouTube anymore, so he left. And this tweet a lot of people thought was a nail in the coffin for the Tofuu channel. A lot of people thought that this is officially saying that he's never going to come back to YouTube. I also can't brush past this era without talking about the drama Tofuu was involved in. I'm not going to go too in depth out of respect for both parties involved, but Tofuu was involved in a pretty big drama which kind of ruined his image. And he went from a super loved creator to someone who people don't even care about anymore and people hate. And it came to a point where people didn't even want him to return to YouTube. But then one day, to a lot of people's surprise, he did actually post a YouTube video. And this isn't the one you're thinking of. He randomly posted 2 videos to his channel. And if I remember correctly, I think it's an Among Us video, it wasn't even Roblox. And the video had a thumbnail and everything, so it seemed like a pretty polished video. And they're up for a little bit and they got taken down quite quickly. So it seemed like Tofuu accidentally uploaded some videos, and it seems like he wants to be gone from YouTube because he deleted the videos. And then from this point on, Tofuu kind of just left Twitter. I don't think his Twitter's even up anymore. And his YouTube channel stayed dead. But despite the drama, a lot of fans are still wondering when Tofuu's coming back and what happened to Tofuu. And well, just recently, a few months ago, Tofuu actually returned. He made an official I'm back video and then also followed up with a Roblox video after that. And a lot of people thought that it's finally over. Tofuu's finally back to YouTube and everything go back to normal. And in the I'm back video, he didn't even say much about why he left, but it did mark the official return to Tofuu. And a lot of people are so excited, especially since he already started posting Roblox videos after this. And well, one day, I don't know why, I guess he changed his mind. Tofuu deleted the videos and now his channel remains where we left it off 2 years ago. All of his recent activity is now gone, and his last video still remains as that one from August 1st, 2021. And I don't really know what happened here, to be honest. Usually we have some sort of answer, but it seemed like Tofuu is just kind of getting sick of YouTube. He's left and returned 2 times now, been involved in drama, and we don't really know what's going on with him. It seems like he either just got sick of it and isn't enjoying it anymore, or he left for another reason. We may never know, and he may never return, but Tofuu is kind of a wild card. We've seen he returns, deletes the videos, returns, deletes the videos, so it is possible that he returns again, but it isn't looking likely. The fact that Tofuu made an I'm back video and deleted it kind of shows that he maybe regretted coming back and he changed his mind. But next we have BlueBug, who makes meme type videos, and he has 225,000 subscribers, and his last video was over 1 year ago now. And what's interesting is that recently he actually put out a community post saying that he's going to return to uploading. He said he was going to return uploading this summer, and well, we're approaching the end of the summer now and he has yet to upload. Although this could indicate that he could have been busy with school, since obviously in summer a lot of people are off school. But the thing is, if you look at BlueBug's Roblox account, he might actually be possibly returning soon. His Roblox account has been online just a few days ago and is pretty active, which could signal a return, because obviously he makes Roblox videos, but also with the fact that his videos revolve heavily around gameplay, so it looks like he's still possibly making his return video. On a sadder note though, because of his disappearance or his hiatus, his star code blue has now been removed and does not work anymore. But let's move to our next YouTuber of J6SK, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but whatever. He has almost 400,000 subscribers, and all his videos except one have over 1 million views. He's overall just a very popular and successful YouTuber. But he hasn't uploaded in 3 years now, which is pretty crazy. And 3 years is a long time, but he actually had periods where he stopped uploading before. A few years ago, he would disappear for a few months and just come back. Obviously, this is a bit different because it's a few years, but it still shows his tendency to not upload for a long time. And if you look at his channel at first glance, it seems like there's no activity, and there's nothing to be found at any evidence of why he left. No comments, no community posts, nothing. But after some digging, he actually retired and announced in a now deleted video. The now deleted video is called Roblox, and the video is just a normal edited meme video like he usually does. But at the end of it, he actually put a message for all his viewers. This is what it said. Finally, my time here has come to an end. Thank you all for the fun memories. I hope you all have a great rest of your lives. Time to move on. So this shows that he wanted to move on from YouTube, and his Wikituber further explained it's likely due to mental health issues. But the interesting thing is that if his videos are now deleted, which we don't know why they're deleted, it might mean that he regretted saying that he's going to retire, and apparently he did upload after this, but deleted it again. So it seems like he wanted to return to YouTube but regretted it, and it was kind of like double-minded if he wanted to come back or not. But it seems like ultimately he decided to just leave it all in the past and move on from the channel. Next we have JamesNotTaken, who has 132,000 subscribers, and his last video was 1 year ago. And this one's a bit weird. There's no community posts, no tweets, no activity as per usual, but his Roblox account was actually very active. And once again, at face value, it seems kind of confusing, like there's no really evidence of him leaving. But if you check his community posts and scroll down even further, it gives kind of an understanding of what happened. He put out a community post a while ago saying that he's getting bored of YouTube and he just doesn't enjoy it as much as he used to. So he possibly quit because of this. But like I said, this community post was from a while ago and he still continued to upload after this community post. But as the community post explained, he was kind of just posting for the sake of posting. Like he didn't actually want to post, but he was just forcing himself to make videos. But I guess it got to a point where like he wasn't enjoying it anymore and he couldn't just keep forcing himself to make videos. So he decided to quit. That seems to be the likely reason from his community post. Something that is interesting though is that his Roblox account still has like the star code. Unlike other YouTubers whose star codes were removed after a long hiatus, he still has his, which is pretty interesting. But next let's move to TheHealthyCow, and their last video was 3 years ago. And at face value, as per usual, there's no activity, no community posts, nothing like that. And they don't actually have an official Twitter link to their YouTube, but if you go to their Roblox and their Roblox group, they have their official Twitter link there. So you know the Twitter account that we're going to see is legit. And while on this Twitter account, they're actually pretty active. They've been tweeting a lot this year and even this month, so they are active and we know they're doing well. And what's actually interesting is their last tweet was saying that they're going to upload soon. Their last tweet said they're going to upload in June, but it's now August and there's no upload and no sign of him. He said he was going to upload in June and even provided updates and said he's going to be working on it, but it's now 2 months later and we haven't seen an upload. But in a tweet reply after this, he said he's still working on it. And also if you check his Roblox account, it is very active. And when I checked his Roblox account today, he was actually in Roblox Studio, which possibly shows that he's working on it making a video. So he planned to upload in June, but maybe he couldn't meet his deadline, and instead he's still working on the video but has to upload it later. Nonetheless, even though he didn't upload for a few years, it is good to see some activity from him. But next let's move to Amberry, which is a pretty insane one. So Amberry is over 1.5 million subscribers, and they have other successful channels too. But their last upload was 7 months ago now, and as you probably expect, there's no community posts, no activity, nothing like that. Now Amberry actually has a sister named Berry, who's another successful YouTuber, and a popular YouTuber at that. And her sister is actually very active on YouTube, and they actually share an Instagram together, but that Instagram also has been on like a hiatus ever since Amberry left. And if you search up why Amberry left or why Amberry disappeared, there's so many YouTube videos claiming that like she got in a fight with her sister or she left because she got like pregnant or whatever. And it's sort of like fake and crazy story going around. All these videos are just fake and clickbait to like get a lot of views. None of them are actually real information. But here's where it gets really crazy, because she actually launched a Roblox game with her sister. And this Roblox game is massively popular. It has over 1.5 billion visits, and as I'm recording this, 100,000 active. And the game is doing very well, and the game updates very actively. And Roblox account is also very active and always online. So what it seems like happened was that she's focusing more on the game right now rather than her YouTube, which would make sense seeing how popular the game is. So we don't officially know what happened to Amberry or why she left YouTube, but it seems like the most likely thing. Next up we have Zepyxl, who has 340,000 subscribers, but his last video was over a year ago now. And like the other YouTuber I mentioned in this list before, his star code is also now gone due to inactivity. His Twitter is also private and there's no activity on other socials. The most recent thing we've seen is a group message which just says he's alive, which I guess is a good sign. And as for his Roblox account, it was online 2 months ago, so kind of recently. Although if you look at his most recent community post, it gives us kind of an explanation. It's a bit old, but he says he's preparing for exams and he doesn't want to post to focus on exams. But he also said he's unsure what he's going to do when he comes back. It looks like he was unsure what to do with the channel, and I guess after exams he decided to move on. So in this case, it seems like he got bored or burnt out of YouTube, or it just wasn't fitting like what he wanted to do, so he moved on. Also, not to mention, tower effect content kind of gets dry over time. Like we've seen it with Pinkleaf, who left for a long time, because there's only so much stuff you can do in tower effect. Most of the time it's the same thing over and over again. But let's move to our last YouTuber, Stalkalek. Stalkalek has almost 100,000 subscribers, and they only have a few videos, and a lot of them are very popular. Even one is like 7.7 million views. And the lack of videos is actually because he privated a lot of them. In his most recent video, like the last one he uploaded, it explained in the description that he privated a lot of the videos because it doesn't match what he wants to currently make. And his Twitter is kind of active, he made tweets this year. And what's interesting is that in his bio he described himself as a Roblox developer, which kind of seems to be the direction he moved on to. He made the popular game Insani, which has almost 30 million visits, and it seems like he moved on to something he enjoys more. His description in his latest video also explains that like he wanted to make this game and content around the game, but he made the game and not really the content around it. But it seems like his main focus right now is just Roblox development, and the fact that he describes himself as a Roblox developer rather than a developer and YouTuber shows that this is kind of what he wants to do and what he probably prefers to do. Overall though, YouTubers disappear, we may sadly never know why. Sometimes it's due to mental health issues, not enjoying it anymore, or something else. But in most cases, the YouTubers left for a reason, so it's best to respect your decision. And please subscribe and check out my other 2 videos covering more missing Roblox YouTubers. See you in the next one.